Hello, guys. How you guys doing? How much should home care agencies spend on ads? My name is Brad Kajus of Lead Juice Home Care Growth. A lot of my clients before they worked with me, they're like, "Hey, Bradley, could you Brad Juice? How much should we spend on ads?" The better question is your agency ready to churn that ad attention into private pay clients? Do you guys have the systems in play? And I'm sorry, I always have to say that. Like, hey, give me a number. There's no one number. First of all, we got to understand, is there leakage in that? Because we're spending money on ads and we're not answering the phones, or we don't have a great website, or we don't have a great follow-up system. What are we spending it on? you know so before we talk about how much to spend, we need to talk about, can we actually convert those leads that you're paying for? There's no real answer. There's no one perfect ad budget. There's no magic number. I can't say 5,000 or 2,000 or $500. It's just probably not going to be $500, unfortunately. But your budget should depend on how many private pay clients you want. What is a client worth for you when you're wherever you're located? How many leads do you need? How strong is your follow up game, your follow up system, right? A smart ad budget is based on math. It's not just about guessing, and we're going to talk about it. Do not. I wouldn't say start with. Don't start with the budget. Most agencies ask, how much should we spend? Start with these questions, these better questions. How many new clients do we need? How many leads do we need to get one client? How fast do we follow up? How many leads can we actually handle? Let's say you're in a small location, right? And you're paying for ads, and you're just dominant. We have a great website. We have great ads running up. We're getting beautiful. It's looking beautiful. You're getting all these phone calls. Nobody's able to answer those phone calls. Then what? So can you handle those leads? And if your agency only follows up once a day, but your ad campaign brings in a lot of leads in a week, you may lose the family before you ever get to speak to them. Ads do not fix a weak system. That's what I was trying to get at. Ads are not magic. They do not fix a confusing website. They don't fix a weak first call, and they don't fix unclear pricing. So if the system is weak, ad spend is just going to expose the problem faster. Ads bring attention, but your system has to turn that attention into trust. And we can help you with that. You know, I've been working with home care agents for about 5 years now, and we got systems, we got teams. Let's say you don't have a team to be able to get you, you don't have anybody to answer the phone calls. We have teams. We have a team that can answer. Hablamos español también. We speak Spanish, we parle Creole, right? We speak Creole. If you need that assistance, if you we can help you. So before spending more money, fix the parts that turn leads into clients. The simple budget formula, right? Simple math we have here: target leads times expected cost per lead equals your ad budget. So, for example, if you want 20 leads and we do the math and we figure out, okay, boom, at 20 leads, each lead costs $75. The budget is right there: 1,500, $1,500, $1,500 monthly ad budget. It's plus or minus, right? This is not perfect, but it gives you a starting point based on the leads that you get. Maybe you can get a lead for $40 in your because every local market is different. This is probably not the cost per lead in Los Angeles or something. It probably like depends. Like every location is different. We just got to figure out how much does it cost for us to get one lead, and then we could do the reverse engineering. So I would say the budget should not connect to a number. If you want a certain amount of leads, the budget has to support that. Leads are not the same as clients. I gotta mention that too, guys. A lead is not money yet. This is where a lot of agencies get frustrated. They think one lead is, oh, I got one lead. Where's the money? No, you get leads, but those leads do not automatically become clients. You need fast follow up. Spit it. 1 minute, 1 second. You need fast follow up. That's cafecito. That coffee is strong, boy. God. You need fast follow up, a strong first call, clear pricing, and a good care process, and a reason to trust your agency. So the real goal is not more leads. The real goal is more signed private pay clients. So if we get 50 leads and we only get one client, which is horrible, I mean, who cares we got 50 leads? We got that one client and we need 50 more leads probably for another client. Probably that's horrible numbers, horrible KPIs, but we got to fix something. There's some leakage there. 50 leads. Yeah. But anyways, you get the point, I think. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me go back to this one real quick. So I just want to give a just example. So for example, let's say 10 people fill out the form, but no one calls them quickly, or the first call feels unorganized. That's probably why we had those 50 leads and only got one client. So we got to be able to fix that process, and we could fix that. Let me go back. Know your close rate. That's what I'm talking about right here. So like I said, we might get one client for 50 leads, which is horrible, right? So we got to know our close rate. All right. So if we close one out of every 10 leads, we need more leads. If you close one out of every four leads, we need our budget needs to work a little bit harder. And improving our close rate can just be as powerful as just increasing our ad spend. You got to know what a client is worth. This is really important, guys. Cannot just set the right budget if you don't know the client value. All right, private pay home care clients, or yeah, clients can be valuable because care may continue for weeks, months, hopefully years. So you shouldn't just judge the ads only by the first call or the first week of care. Look at the average hours per week, average length of care, gross profit, and a long-term client value. So yeah, let's say for example, I'm gonna give you an example, guys. So let's say for example, we have a worst case scenario. We'll talk about worst case scenario. We have a client and they only needed help for a short time, 10 hours a week, you know, at $30 an hour for 8 weeks. That revenue is $2,400, right? So that might be someone recovering after surgery, testing the agency for a couple months, or probably just needing a temporary respite care, right? So for that agency, the gross margin is around what, 36%, 36, 50%. And that client may only produce roughly around $850 or maybe $1,200 gross profit. So a better scenario would probably be 20 hours at $35 a week for 26 weeks. That LTV or that revenue is $18,000. So gross profit could be around $6,500 to $9,100. And you could also probably get someone who's working 44 hours a week, or a client that works, needs regular care full year, 44 hours a week at $35 an hour. That's about 80,000 in revenue. So, you know, every every client might be different. You just got to figure out what it's worth in revenue. It could be $10,000 in revenue or up to $80,000, right? And high need cases can go well over $100,000, right? If it's the 24/7 care client, that's like 100, maybe 200 plus 300,000. So got to keep that in mind. LTV is really important. Um, a small test budget can still teach you. So maybe we don't have a budget. Maybe you don't have a big budget, right? So we gotta be able to test. Marketing, what marketing is all testing. Like we might run a campaign and it doesn't work. Like I said, every region or every type of marketing in different region is different. We just got to test it. Luckily for you guys, we have a lot of information. We have a lot of data, so we know what kind of works. But we also still need a test budget. So um, we could figure out the goal with the test budget. We figure out which message gets calls, which service gets interest, which area responds, and which leads turn into consultations. And when a bigger budget makes sense, or when we increase the budget, is when the leads are coming in, the follow up is fast, right? Calls are being tracked. We have all that in place, right? Consultations are getting booked, leads are closing. The agency has capacity, and just numbers make sense. So do not scale because you're hopeful. Scale because the systems have the proof. And when should you not spend more yet? Like I said, more money will not fix a broken process. So do not increase ad spend if nobody answers fast. If the website is unclear, no one tracks calls, the first call is weak. Are you tracking your calls? Like companies are some companies, I think probably majority of companies are not tracking their calls. Are you tracking the phone calls just to see if the call is weak, right? That's really important. Pricing is confusing. There's no follow-up process. You don't know which lead closed. So you got to track all that stuff. Facebook versus Google, Google ads versus Facebook ads. We talked about it in previous videos. You can go to a video that we did before, Google ads versus Facebook ads. Google ads, what it is usually reaching families that are already searching for your help for care. And Facebook ads are usually families reaching families before they start searching because it's interruption marketing, right? Google ads are for families searching. Facebook ads are for families before they even know that their loved one needs help. So don't judge Facebook and Google the same. They're different because the family's mindset is indifferent is different on each platform. All right. Track the numbers. Don't track just for likes and clicks. We don't care if we have 50 clicks if we don't have no clients. So track the calls, track the forms, track the CPL cost per lead, track the follow-up speed, track book consultations, track closed clients, track cost per client, and track the revenue from the new clients. Really important because clicks do not pay the bills. Clients pay the bills. So a smart budget has three parts: test, improve, then scale. Testing the right message, and then we improve fixes with the weak spots, and then we scale where everything's working, right? We don't spend like we're gambling. We spend like we're building a system. So what to fix before spending more? Clear website. Hopefully you have a landing page, which is separate from your website. Fast follow up, better first call, simple offer, clear pricing expectations or explanation and expectations. Proof and reviews, calls, call tracking, lead tracking, and follow up process. So yeah, guys, if the system is strong, ad spend is going to help you get, is going to be the fuel. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you guys have any questions, like, comment, subscribe. If 5 people like this video or 5 people watch this video, I won.